Having the right cleansing and detoxification schedule is one of the 4 pillars of healing. If you do it correctly, you can drastically speed up the healing timeline for your skin, for your hormones, for your digestion, for your gut biome. If you do too much cleansing, if you don't do enough cleansing, or you do the wrong practices, you can make healing next to impossible, causing more inflammation, more flare-ups, and worse overall health. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys the exact cleansing schedule that helped me overcome eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, and rosacea, plus my immune system issues, plus my hormone issues, plus my leaky gut and digestion issues 10 years ago. This is the exact same schedule / protocol that I also use with my over 2,600 skin health clients. It works like a charm. Keep in mind, this is video 5 out of 5 in my Detox Masterclass series. The other videos from the series are linked in the description box. Learning this detox schedule will absolutely help you heal your skin. So for those of you who are really serious about your health, feel free to go and check out the other videos on my channel. I cover all the foundational practices of healing in great depth. Make sure to subscribe and share, leave your comments down below. Let's jump in.
The ultimate detox cleansing schedule for healing. This schedule will cover 1 year of deep cleansing, then outline how to do maintenance mode cleansing. They're both super important. You don't want to overdo it. Depending on your schedule and needs, adjust this schedule using the minimum and maximum requirements / amounts for each cleanse and autophagy practice. All right, so here it is. This is the deep detox year schedule. And like I said, if you need to pause the video, take a screenshot so that you have all of this in your records, feel free to do so. I'm going to go through each one of these steps in detail. So I mentioned this in the intro, but if you have not watched the salt flush video, go back and watch it if you need more information. So the salt flush minimum requirements are 1 to 2 times per month. The salt flush maximum amount is 1 to 2 times per week. The coffee enema minimum requirements are 1 to 2 times per month, and the coffee enema maximum amount is 1 to 2 times per week. Do not do the salt flush and the coffee enema on the same day. If you're able to, space them out as much as you can if you're doing them in the same week. Now, the liver flush should be done a minimum of 3 times in year 1, and the liver flush should be done a maximum times of 4 times in year 1. What you want to do is you want to spread the flushes out evenly, giving yourself 3 to 4 months between each one, depending on how many you plan on doing. Now, how many you plan on doing depends on your schedule and your needs, and you can adjust that to your personal preferences. Also, the autophagy practices, which are in video number 4, there are 11 of them. Please watch that video if you need the details on these, because there's a lot of details in that video. They are sauna 3 times per week, and this can be done more if you want. Cold exposure done 3 times per week, but it can also be done every single day in your shower. Number 3, resistance training. You want to do 2 hypertrophy sessions per week / strength training sessions in the gym or at home, wherever you do it, and 1 high intensity interval training session per week and 1 sprint workout per week. Again, you want to watch video 4 to get the detailed recap on how to do all of those. Moving along, number 4 is sun exposure. You want to do this every day, even with bad weather. Number 5, intentional stress management techniques. Again, watch video 4 to get all the details about that. You don't have to overthink this one. Stress management comes in 100,000 different forms. Pick the one that works best for you. Number 6, occasional water fasting or intermittent fasting. I'm going to stress this to you guys. Do not overdo this or do it wrong. Make sure to do the intermittent fasting in the correct way outlined in video number 4. That's a very, very important detail. Messing up the intermittent fasting can actually lead to way more stress. And then these autophagy practices and the cleanses rather just don't work very well because they're dealing with stress hormones and stress toxicity rather than going into deep autophagy. So number 7 is customize your diet and do this every single day. Number 8, walking 30 minutes per day outside, even if the weather's crappy. Pleasure walking is the key. 30 minutes is minimum. The more walking you can do, the better. Number 9, any form of meditation needs to be done daily. Number 10, relaxing breath work done daily. Number 11, strong, enjoyable, healthy social connection and support systems on a very regular basis. Now, this is important, guys. Keep in mind, many of these practices can be combined into one practice. And if you are too busy or feel overwhelmed by the amount, simply focus on doing the ones that you can do and do them as consistently as you possibly can. Autophagy practices, when you do them correctly, actually feel pretty good and they don't have to take up a bunch of time. Do not stress if you can't do all of them. This is an ideal schedule. Sometimes you have to keep it real rather than ideal. So let's get into a sample 1-month schedule for a month that includes the liver flush. And this is the maximum requirement schedule. So week 1, do all of the autophagy practices you can and do 1 salt flush and 1 coffee enema. Week 2, do the same. Do all the autophagy practices you can and do 1 coffee enema and do 1 salt flush. Week 3, do all of the autophagy practices you can and do the liver flush, which is a 3-day cleanse. On that week, you don't really need to do coffee enemas or salt flush because it's overkill. Week 4, do all the autophagy practices that you can and do 1 coffee enema and 1 salt flush. Super straightforward. That's what a sample month can look like, and that can last for an entire year for maximum requirement schedule. Now, for those of you who are a little busier and you want to hit the minimum requirements or you just want to cleanse less, here's what that looks like. Week 1, all of the autophagy practices and 1 salt flush. Week 2, all of the autophagy practices and 1 coffee enema. Week 3, the autophagy practices plus the liver gallbladder flush. And week number 4, all of the autophagy practices plus a coffee enema and the salt flush. Again, another important aspect to keep in mind is you can bounce back and forth each week between the maximum and minimum schedules or a mix of both each week. Make this your own. Keep in mind, this is just a blueprint. It's not black and white. You don't have to stress about this. Make it work for your schedule and make whatever necessary changes as you need to. But keep in mind, these are the broad strokes. These are the most important things to hit. And this is the general schedule that has worked really amazing for my clients and myself. Now, once you've gotten through the year, you're going to want to go into maintenance mode. You don't want to stay on that year cleansing schedule forever. It's just too much. It's too time consuming, and for some, it can be too stressful. So this is the maintenance schedule. And like I said, once you've made it through the year, go into maintenance mode. And the maintenance mode has 2 different parts. Part 1 is as needed practices. Anytime you feel like you need a reset, you can focus on doing all of the autophagy practices with a little more oomph and get really consistent with them. They are profound and they are powerful. So that's an easy as needed adjustment anytime you need it. Also, if you feel like you've had a bad week or weekend of eating, lots of stress, and just need a clean out, you can perform one of the non-liver flush weeks from the cleansing schedule. So it's super, super basic. I'll repeat that. Anytime you need a reset, go to the maintenance mode, which is here. I'll go back to it. One of these guys. You can do the maximum requirement schedule or the minimum requirement schedule. Part 2 is, and before I get into part 2, another way that you can use the as needed methodology is if you just need to do a single salt flush or a single coffee enema because you just need a reset, go ahead and do it. You don't have to do the whole normal week of cleansing. Although if you're doing the minimum amount, it's just once anyway. So moving right along. So part 2 of the maintenance mode is a quarterly or twice per year focused cleansing week. And again, you go back to that yearly schedule, and once every 3 months or twice per year, you can take the minimum or maximum cleansing schedule week example, minus the liver flush, and do 1 or 2 weeks of it. Do 1 or 2 weeks of it is what I was trying to say. Once you've made it through the year, you only need to do the liver flush once per year, and it can be incorporated into your quarterly or twice per year maintenance cleansing schedule. Not to beat a dead horse, but guys, the autophagy practices should be kept up as an ongoing lifestyle, especially the customizing of the diet and the workouts. All the other stuff, salt flood, the sauna, the cold exposure, you do want to try to do all the autophagy practices, and you can fit them into a basic year or weekly schedule. But they can also be kind of used on a rotating basis around your life. Hope that makes sense to you guys. Again, feel free to rewind this video, pause the video, take screenshots, do whatever you need to do. But here is the schedule, and it works pretty damn good.
And that's it, my friends. It can truly be that simple. Down in the description, I'm going to link all the videos from this series. I'm also going to leave links for the private coaching and the online group that I mentioned in the intro. As usual, if you have comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section. I will answer all of the ones that are actually relevant and do my best to help you guys out. Much love, you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all the luck in the world on your healing journey. And I hope you find robust, vibrant, super strong health. If that even makes sense. I hope you guys find an amazingly liberated and healthy, fun, enjoyable life. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to teach. Much love. I'll be back with many more videos really soon. Peace.